I want to talk about this. That's us, I guess, yesterday. This is today, and this here was yesterday for them, for the Hang Seng, Shenzhen, um, the BSE, and the Nifty, I guess they call it, in Saudi. That was yesterday. Their markets are still going, is what it looks like. Hold on, let's look at it in all due reality. Their markets might be opening. Let me check this shit out. Hold on. Their markets might be opening. Let's take a look at what's going on there. It's open. Open. They're open there. And Sweden carrying on, or London, whatever that is. They're down, man. Closed. Closed. They're open there. BSE. They got S&P over there in India. And I guess the Nifty 50 is going up. Why am I looking at this? Since we're talking about global markets affecting the U.S. stock market, all these central banks are working in tandem. So to kind of keep this thing going, I thought it would be cool to take a look at it. And that was us yesterday. It's 2:49 here Central Time. They're not going to be open for a while. And this is what they're showing. And it has me like sort of because I think the S&P was just like mid-range volatility. You know, we go to the United States. Look what they're showing. That's right below those highs. It shows that it's, you know, okay, okay. Even the Nasdaq is below all-time highs. So Dow Jones is really pushing, going up. Trying to figure out what's going to happen no more. I'm concerned because Monday was a historical day. Tuesday seemed to be just like a regular trading day with highs or with gains. Take you to my watch list. A Team SOG. Right. These are the same watch lists that are on the article, on the link. Whatever's here is mirrored on the link. 20-year, sort of struggling, front loading the short term. This is the watch list, guys. This is my Webull account. And some of these are just indexes and shit that I watch, and some of them are. Should I hit the position button? I still haven't totally figured out what this is. The Canaan ink. I know that I liked it at some point, or it wouldn't be there. And that's just the volatility index, which is nothing. Well, it is something. I group them in these ways so I can see whenever I look. And I call this a calculator. Whenever I look at something pertaining to the market, I need to have the asset classes and the correlation. I don't want to always have to go to markets and look if the market's up and down. I can see from here while I'm actively trading asset classes what the market is doing. That way I'm not toggling back and forth to markets, because I can look at this and tell you what the market is doing pretty close. Where it's moving. There's a new addition, TRNX, which used to be Magnagas. I used to hold this stock. And I just totally gave up on it. As you see, it's very cheap. You have to buy over 100 shares. If you go back through the videos and look at, I don't know which one it is, take advantage of inflation. There's a group of stocks that are under $1 that I use to take advantage of an inflated market sometime back in early 2019. And it was an experiment. I just took some money and just spread it out. I wanted to actually see in my portfolio how they were inflating that bubble. I wanted to see how far that shit would go. And it turned out to be a pretty good tactic. I eventually sold and sort of stopped using the strategy after a while because the market started going back in the other direction. But if it's going up, 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 and you want to minimize your risk, take $400 and throw it into these penny stocks, because the jokers were inflating. And you're going up and up and up, and I'm doing this thing, and I take a couple $100 and just buy a bunch of shares. This one's at 34 cents. And watch it inflate. And it did. It worked. So now they've been bought while I've been asleep. Meaning, I took a break from trading for a couple months. It's working, building my own infrastructure. TRNX, now it is Taronis Tech. And they look like they're doing a little bit better. I remember that thing being 20 cents. My point is, with this, is that oil is down, LNG is down, TRNX happens to be up. It's an energy stock. You can go to the link and read what they do. They're alternative energy. They take waste products and turn them into fuel that they add to the process of making gasoline and natural gas. It's an environmental product. It allows the refineries to operate at higher temperatures so their emissions are not as high. And in my portfolio, it's, you want to. I don't have solar. I don't have any what would be considered green stocks. Something that it's good for the environment. So that would be it. And it's in the energy sector, and it's TRNX, and it's doing good. Figure I'd mention it. Okay, as we keep going. Everybody is bullish on the dollar. You see how this works? Everybody is bullish on the dollar. How in the hell can that be the case? How? They just lowered interest rates. What do we know? The lower the interest rate, the money comes down in value. So you play UDN. Duh. You play UDN. Now, if the interest rate, the 10-year, goes lower, then you would play UUP. Because then the dollar would inflate out of control. The interest rate goes higher. You take the other side. UDN. But hold on. I just contradicted myself. What I'm trying to say clearly is that they lowered the interest rate. So you should be taking UDN. And they say they're going to lower it even further. You should take UDN. I'm saying that the interest rates are lower, but the quantitative easing or the bond market is going to increase in volume because of the lower rates. More repo, more sell-offs of treasuries. See what I'm saying? If you continue to see BNDX being lit up, then what's the point of lowering the interest rate? I'm just being real with you. What is the balance? What is the point? To trick you? That's the game there. That's what they're doing right now. They're in a balancing act. They're in a serious balancing act with how much debt they're issuing and at what rate they issue it at. So, and this is what I'm saying. This is the destabilization I was talking about in the last video. What if, not what if, they're going to continue to blow the market up the way they've been doing. Now they've lowered the rates. So that process is going to become a bit easier. So what's, okay, so blah, 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 blah. What's our play? Our play is dollar down. Why? Because the rates are lower. Because the issuance of debt is higher? No. I'm thinking that they're going to try to cool out on issuing so much or doing so much quantitative easing by interest rate swap and bond sell-offs. It only makes sense to me that a bear dog, obviously they want the stock market up. Well, a weaker dollar is stock market positive because other countries can buy American products and can compete. So I'm bearish on the dollar. And until the conditions change, I'm going to continue to be bearish on the dollar, guys. So that's my take on that. Let's continue to go. Medic, I am hit. We talked about ZMD. Check them out. Up. And I'm going to be going into more into the medical field. I'm not really biotechnology. We'll take a look and see if we want to do biotechnology, where we want to get into. It's got to be relevant no matter what. Got to be relevant no matter what. You know what I mean? My point is, there are going to be huge bailouts of certain industries. We want to take advantage of these bailouts. We're just not going to be bailing out the banking sector. We're going to be bailing out the energy sector. We're going to be bailing out the agriculture sector, all the medical, the healthcare deal. That's where sort of kind of where we're headed. So Medic, I'm hit. Doing well. And JTech. Added a new one, SGOL. It's a paper gold ETF. And I'm sorry, but I got this hardcore silver here. And in my mind, I'm thinking, mining stocks, why not get a mining stock ETF? It's a mining stock ETF. It's not a paper gold contract. Meaning I haven't been promised real gold, but I can still take advantage of mining. As you can see, those are my gold silver plays, and they're up. As we go back to where we started. This kind of shit worries me. This is Germany. This kind of shit worries me. check out our little plays from last week. What we suggested last week. Wow, that's crazy. Look at our little bond market deal. Charged up again, getting close. Getting ready to release some more stress back on the deal. Look at our real estate, DRV. The dollar's up. You can buy more property with stronger dollars. Real estate's doing good. It's 18. Where is my cash flow? The dollar's down 97. Below 98. Stock market positive. The euro's up, but their stock markets are down. What does that tell us? Think about that. The euro is, but it's still not, it's still pretty strong against the dollar. Everybody is bullish. See how the dollar's down? See how it's backwards? They got it backwards. I'm going to predict a good day tomorrow. I just have to. I'm just looking at my calculator, and this is what the fuck is telling me. But tomorrow's going to be good. It's going to no heavy volatility, but stability, and the market going up 1% or 2, a point or 2. I'm sorry, my bad. It should come out. The dollar's getting weaker. All this shit should be getting expensive. So why the dollar is down and everybody's bullish on the dollar? The dollar should be down. They just lowered the rates. You guys. Ladies and gentlemen. I don't want to start bragging and toot my horn because I realize that I got slapped the past couple of days. Not here on the calculator, but my video, what I was saying. But what I was saying wasn't reflecting what I'm writing on the link. And you're going to get that. You're going to get me sensationalizing shit on my YouTube channel. But when you go to the link, the information is all there for you to make up your own mind. And please comment. Please. I mean, I get no comments, and conversation and stuff like that would really help us all. I truly believe that. It would help us all. I'm going to leave it here because I got a bunch of stuff to do. Currently here at a place called IAA. Pulling a night shift. And sitting here in the Zero. I got a little Mitsubishi Mirage. It reminds me of a Japanese Zero aircraft. It's a new car. I'm happy with it. I'm really happy with it. It's small as shit. The downside is hard to get into. Once you get in, it's pretty good. I got used to not being able to totally stretch out. The thing is good on gas, and it hauls ass for a little car. For what it is, it hauls a little ass. I get through Dallas, I get through Fort Worth traffic, I can hide this damn car. So easy. I got the GoPro for catching the criminals. And it's just stock. It's just stock. I might do some type of advancements to it. Like I need a cowl induction because where they put the air cooler is for the air intake for the motor. A lot of the people do the cold air intake, but it's still inside the engine bay. So I want to do a cowl induction on it, and then get a little colder air in there, and then possibly put a motorcycle turbo on it. Boost up that horsepower. It needs a little bit more horsepower. But aside from that, it's a cool little car. It gets a little windy out here in Texas. I roll down the window, put on the goggles. That's why I call it the Zero. It's a very light car, and this wind out here will blow this thing down. So I just roll down and put on the jacket. I wear a lot of cold weather gear. I put on the jacket, put on the goggles, and roll down the windows, and I feel like I'm flying a Japanese Zero. Yeah, man. And it is a Mitsubishi, by the way. So anyways, just trying to lighten up the mood. Trying to get people to understand why I do what I do. This stock market thing is, for me, is... let me put it like this. My first divorce, you know what helped me? Racquetball. I was in the Army when I got my first divorce. And I started going to the club, playing racquetball. There used to be this colonel, this colonel's wife, all woman, used to kick my ass with that high-ass lob serve, and couldn't get my mind around how to return that. The thing is, the gym on the Army base is really the only opportunity that you're ever going to get for the officers to get close to the enlisted folk outside of work. Racquetball helped me through my first divorce. Well, I'm going through a second breakup. And guess what's helping me get through it? The stock market. It's been a godsend for me personally, because it gives me focus. This is what the stock market does for me. It gives me focus. It gives me a better education about finances, you know. And I went to a private school, and we still got a crappy education when it came to finances. This is how you write a check. This is what's bank account. And that's basically it. And if you apply yourself, you can get some money out of this thing. Creativity. I was born March 20th. I'm a Pisces Aries, right on the borderline. I've always been a very creative person. This allows me to express my creativity. I used to do rap music, and my first son was born, and I sold all the equipment, because in my mind, if I hadn't made it big by that time, I wasn't going to make it big. It was time to become serious and raise my family. That could have been a big mistake, or it could have been a good thing. I could be on your YouTube rapping, making a lot of money, signing my life away. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna wrap this up. I got 4 more hours here. I'm gonna take a nap, get to my desk over at by this time. If you've been listening to my content, you know that I work at a place with a lot of gold and a lot of diamonds. And I have a desk there and a monitor, and I write these theses while I'm sitting there. And before you know it, before I it's a stock market. It's infinite IPOs. You come up with an idea and start writing about it, and before the end of it, the day's almost over by the time I'm done watching the stock market, doing what I need to do there, and thinking up and learning and reading and taking in other input. By the time I'm done with that, the day's over. So I should be increasing on these night shifts, and I'll start doing more little deals like this. But going back to what I was doing with the show and the music, that's just too much fucking time. I got things to do in life. So, stock review. Thank you for tuning in. Hopefully, I'm going to bring back something from the old stock review. I don't hope that this has helped you. I know this has helped you. Thanks for tuning in.